Hey, you can fly away with me tonight. Hey, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, literally, hello, welcome. It is Sunday. We have made it to the end of another week, or perhaps maybe you finally made it to the start of a brand new week. I hope that your hair is washed. I feel like today is like a deep conditioning day. I feel like if today is the day you want to do your nails, today is that day. If today is the day you want to do your laundry, make sure you get it done. If you want to get your groceries, today is that day. But first, we're going to spend some time together because it is Sunday. If you're new here, if this is your first time, because there might be some new people in here, hello, my name is CourtneyRevolution. I love music. I love pop culture. I love sarcasm. I love shade. I love positive vibes, posy vibes, if you don't want to say the full word. Shout out to all the posy vibes. I go live every single Sunday at noon. This is a thing that we're like doing now. It's called A Kiki with CourtneyRevolution, home of the green chair chats. I want to start off this by saying, be nice, be respectful, let's have fun, let's kiki. Everyone say hello to my moderator this Sunday, my best friend, my homegirl. She ain't no Dripisha, because I see Wesley in the chat talking about Dripisha, which is an excellent song, and I'm in the music video. I will never stop talking about it. But we are going to give a warm welcome to our homegirl, Felicia. She is the moderator. She is excellent. She is iconic. She's got bangs. She's Southern. So everyone say hello to Felicia. Hey, Felicia. Thank you for moderating, because it means a lot that you took time out of your day to come and do this. But once you're done saying hello to Felicia, I want you guys, one, to put a whole bunch of hearts in the chat. And while you do that, I want to say this. I would like every stream, at least for the moment, especially because we're all quarantined in one way or another, I would like every stream to sort of start off with like a bit of positivity. We're going to get into Dua Lipa. We're going to talk about pop culture. We might even talk about my good sis. Well, we'll get to her should we decide to talk about her. But we're going to get into the pop culture stuff. But I want to start off every stream with a little bit of positivity. So if you're watching this stream, first, give this a thumbs up so that you can know, you can get the reminder and the notification when I do it again, because I'm thinking Sunday is kind of like a little far away, and maybe, just maybe, because I am a lazy gay sloth, maybe I might do a stream in between. Maybe I'll do like a Wednesday or like a Thursday stream, or maybe a Friday stream, or maybe when an album comes out, I'll do like a live reaction that like only if you're there for the live you can see, because if it gets re-uploaded, YouTube will take it down. We'll figure it out. I'll keep you guys in the loop, but make sure that you're following me on Instagram so that you can know when I'm gonna hop on. I'll try to do like, if I go live randomly, I'll let everyone know on social media like an hour or two before, most likely an hour. But we're gonna start this off. If you're hearing my words, write something nice about yourself in the chat. That's what I want. Write something nice about yourself in the chat, because I feel like in this day and age, you guys, it's real easy to find the bad in everything in our lives right now. Like outside, like you catch something, or like maybe they're out of something in a grocery store, maybe you lost your job. But right now, focus on the good. And I feel like it can start within ourselves. So say something nice about yourself in the chat, and I'm going to take a gulp of cold brew, because that's what I have beside me out of my chipped mug. But I think I'm covering the chip. So shout out to me. Ooh, Gabby said doing after dark on Fridays. Should we do like a Friday like night stream? Like maybe we'll do like a Friday night stream and we'll be like real extra and real ratchet. And then if it's an album, we'll all sit and listen to the album together. Maybe. That sounds like kind of like a concept. I kind of like that. Gabby, you're onto something. You've got a brain, this young Gabby. She's very smart. But let me hop in the chat. Let's see the nice things that y'all are saying about yourselves. All right, so Carly says, I am positive. Kenneth says, my heart is beautiful, my soul is good, my spirit is beautiful. Brittany says, I am enough. Katie says, I am strong. My good sis Howard, HR show experience, which if you don't know Howard, if you don't know Miss Howard, if you know me, you have to know Howard. Howard is my good sis, my good Judy. He is, in my mind, Howard can do it all. He has a brand that's about sparkling. He loves pop culture. He loves an artist named Dawn Richard from Danity Kane. He just interviewed her. So please subscribe to Howard and get into him, because I feel like he is just like someone that is like waiting to be uncovered, and it's like, get to work, y'all. So we've got Anastasia, positivity is always on point. Alyssa says, well, I mean, I love my eyebrows. Alyssa, I love your eyebrows. Tamara says, I'm strong. Gabby says, I'm a survivor. Kyla says, I love my hair. Kershell says, I'm incredibly compassionate, caring, and loving. Diana says, I am beautiful. And Bonnie says, I love myself. Well, for me today, because I know some days it's hard for me to find something within myself to be like, oh, I love this about myself. But today I'm going to choose to say, I am consistent, because I've done this 2 weeks in a row. And how many times have I said I'm going to do something on my channel by myself and do it more than once, and I haven't. So I'm glad that I have you guys' support to make me feel confident enough to want to do this twice in a row. Shout out to A Kiki with Courtney, home of the Green Chair Chats. But I want to read a couple, and then we're going to get into Dua Lipa, because I know some of the girls are here for Dua Lipa. I'm here for Dua Lipa too. That's why this episode is named after Dua. But Brianne says, I'm still working diligently from home. I'm going to thrive through this. Ooh, Brianne, that was a good one. I feel like this is a situation that's annoying, being trapped in your home, but I feel like if you have the motivation to do so, why not do something? If you don't have the motivation to do something or work on yourself or be creative, that's fine. I feel like surviving is half the battle. Sometimes you just gotta wake up and make it through the day, right? But if you have the motivation to feel like, I want to start a business, or I want to start a new YouTube channel, or if you want to go live now all of a sudden, I feel like you can do that. Now is the time, because everyone is home, and a little bit, in a sense, all eyes are on you. So you have your own stage. I've got mine. You know, use it. Step on out. You can be SpongeBob. You don't have to be Squidward. And everyone doesn't believe that you're Squidward. You remember the episode where SpongeBob stuck his hand out and everyone was like, yay! And then Squidward stuck his tentacle out and everyone was like, no, you are SpongeBob. You are not Squidward. You might act like Squidward sometimes, because most adults do, but you're not SpongeBob at the end of the day. Your inner voice is SpongeBob. That's what I'm going to say. But let's dive on in. I feel like this is me transitioning. I learned from Madison Hill the best. Now, let's move on over to Miss Dua Lipa. Let's hop in Dua Lipa's car, right? Because she's driving to the moon, right? Dua. No one told you to talk, Dua. But I'm excited about Dua Lipa because I feel as though Dua Lipa is someone that the girls slept on, right? And I'll even throw myself in there, self-admittedly. I feel like the first song I heard from Dua Lipa was Blow Your Mind. Guaranteed I could blow your mind. That was before New Rules had come out and sort of taken hold, if you will. I felt like Dua Lipa was fun, but I didn't know if she had what it took. That first album was very good. Good, emotional, and I don't even want to use the word forgettable, but for me, I felt like it didn't stay on my radar long enough, especially because I felt like people were hyping her up off of the one, to pick up the New Rules was an excellent song, but I felt like New Rules was almost getting its own version of the Truth Hurts treatment. I was hearing it everywhere, and then after a point, I was sick of it. So then I didn't pay Dua any mind until like Dula Peep happened. If you don't know, Wendy like mistakenly called her Dula Peep, and then I noticed that a lot of people were starting to hate on her because she didn't have rhythm, which I thought was weird. I feel like a lot of pop stars don't have rhythm, and I feel like it takes time to sort of, oh, hey, Mr. Makeshift. Hey, we stand Mr. Makeshift here too. I felt like sometimes the public they don't give pop stars enough time to like cook all the way. And I felt like when Dua Lipa was starting to gain traction, the general public wasn't giving her the room to sort of like try stuff out and like get her image together. So when she came out with the hip twists and people was dragging her off the one kiss is all it takes, they was dragging her because her hip was twisting and the girls kept saying she didn't have rhythm. And I was like, well, I mean, lots of artists don't have rhythm, but I guess people felt like because she was making dance music, she should know how to dance. Whatever. Now Dua Lipa is back, right? We have this album, Future Nostalgia. The Don't Start Now, right, was the comeback hit. I love that song. I felt like the girls slept on it. I don't really know why. I felt like instantly when I heard it, I loved it, but also, hi, Amy. I see you, Amy. But also, I felt like, why didn't Carly Rae Jepsen do this? Because Carly Rae Jepsen has always sort of, in my mind, leaned a little bit into that disco vein. But we have Dua Lipa. She's doing it. I accept it. I loved it. The other singles, the title track, I wasn't exactly 100% a fan of. But I understood. I understood what she was doing. You know what I mean? I liked the fact that Dua didn't sound like everyone else, because I feel like it's really easy to sort of just put out a hit and then you're number one for like a couple of weeks and then people forget literally who the hell you are. But I felt like Dua was doing something different, and I liked the fact that it was almost kind of challenging what we had out. Like, you know what? I felt like Dua was different. Dua is different. And I feel like that's why she's sort of having her moment right now. Now, when it comes to this album, girls, boys and girls, ladies, gentlemen, and theydies as well. Future Nostalgia had no skips. It had no skips. However, it's too early to say if she's... Well, let me ask you guys this, because y'all have voices and opinions. Here's the question that I want to ask. After the release of Future Nostalgia, Wesley, Mr. Makeshift, Amy, whoever, Kershell, whoever's in here that has listened to Dua Lipa and enjoys her music, is it safe to consider Dua Lipa, and this could be literally the most immature question ever on earth, but I think it's fun, is Dua Lipa can we consider Dua Lipa one of the new main pop girls of, I don't want to say the decade, but at least of 2020? Can we consider her? Can we lift Dua up into sort of that realm yet? Is it that time? The reason why I ask is because I feel like so many pop girls, they come out and they have an excellent first album. Then something along the way in that second album, what is that? Something in that second album is missing some essential herbs, seasonings, and spices. Something in that chicken batter is not crispy all the way. It didn't have that good flavoring. However, I feel like if you can do a good sophomore album, if you can keep the eyes on you that long, then you're all right. And I feel like Dua Lipa, I mean, Future Nostalgia is an excellent album. It's an excellent album. I think of Ariana Grande, her second album, excellent. She's still around. I think of Rihanna's second album, excellent. Even though we're going to get into Rihanna later on. But Rihanna's given us an excellent sophomore album, and she's still around. So is this sort of like our sign? Is this Dua letting us know that I'm not going anywhere? Let's see. Okay, so Siobhan says yes. Kyla says yes, 1,000%, as Madison Hill would say. Mr. Makeshift says, I prefer Dua as the pop princess instead of Camila. Camila is more like a washed up moment. For me, I don't think that Camila was a pop princess, even back when I liked Camila Cabello. And this is me just being real. Because I know if you know me from the Morning Tea, I'm very hard on Camila. I feel as though Camila was not a pop princess, but I do feel like she was there. And Camila has had good music in the past. She's big, but I just don't like, she's big, but I feel like if you're not her fan, she's just like there. You know what I mean? If you're not focused on Camila Cabello, she's just like there. And her second album, The Romance, I think it was, even without the racism story attached to it, that album, you guys, it just was not, it wasn't good. And it's unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate because I feel like maybe Camila's not doing the music that she wants, because initially, if we remember, Camila was putting out Crying in the Club and the boys and girls didn't like that, and then she wrote Havana, and Havana blew up. So I feel like there's a lot of hands in Camila's image and her music and her sound, and that's why she's whatever, but And Wesley says, of course we can. Future nostalgia will influence how other albums will sound, just like Sorry by Bieber influenced every song since its release. 100% fair. Felicia says, I think it's her time to start being considered a main pop girl. Don't Start was huge on TikTok, and I feel like that's going to help. And I feel like, and Kershell says, I feel like so many talented pop artists get screwed by their shitty management. Kershell, listen. You guys, listen. I could talk about the girls that get a raw deal with their management. It be coming out at work and I be trying to hold it in, but the girls get screwed over. And I think that that's why I go so hard for an artist like Tinashe, because Tinashe to me is like very talented. I feel like she is slept on. She has talent. You know what I mean? I feel like back in the day when we had like Britney and Christina, I felt like, at least when it came to Britney, because Britney is an icon, I felt like they focused more on the pure star power that Britney had versus vocals. Because I felt like, even though it's up to debate, what people feel like Britney lacked in vocals, she made up for in charisma, star power, and Britney could dance. You know what I mean? I feel like now, for the most part, I feel like, you know, management teams look at social media following and they look at image, and, you know, if the stars align, then maybe you could be that girl. I feel like someone like Billie Eilish, like, sure, she has an image. Sure, she has also an image that makes an image that's influencing. You know what I mean? Me and Felicia went to a social media event where all the little girls were there and they were dressed like Billie Eilish. But Billie Eilish can sing. Not all the girls can sing. Let's see. Kershell says Romance has a couple of good songs, but not exactly an album you remember. I agree, Kershell. If it wasn't for, I feel like My Oh My was probably the best thing happening. Also, when it goes back to horrible management, let's talk about Sabrina Carpenter. What is the story with Sabrina Carpenter? So, if you're watching this and you don't know who Sabrina Carpenter is a very excellent artist. I don't know the most about her because I'm sure Wesley knows more about Sabrina Carpenter than I do. But I'll tell you a little story. I moved to LA and I was on Netflix and I was like, well, let me watch Girl Meets World. The show was excellent. And then I decided to look more so into the actors and actresses on the show. Found out that Sabrina Carpenter could sing. Listened to her work and I could not understand why Sabrina Carpenter was not talking, like why people aren't talking about Tinashe. I mean, not Tinashe, Sabrina Carpenter. She makes excellent music. Unfortunately, she's signed to this Hollywood Records, I keep hearing. There's a creator, her name is Slaylana, and she does reaction videos. And the first time I realized, hey, I need to be getting into her was I was watching her reaction videos. And ever since then, I've been keeping my eye on her and wondering why every time Sabrina Carpenter puts out a project, either I don't hear about it or I don't see other people talking about it. Even if she has like a hit on it, the girls, they're not talking about it. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but I do think that she's great. And I do think that we need to keep more eyes on her. Miss Sabrina Carpenter. You know, what y'all talking about in the chat? Oh, Katie says she's so talented, so underrated. Also, I think right now Sabrina Carpenter, I don't know if it's happening still, but she was in the the Broadway musical version of, what is it? Mean Girls. So I'm like, go off, girl. I think that's cool. Whatever. All right, you guys. Let's have a conversation. Oh, here y'all come. Mr. Makeshift, who's Sophia Carson? I feel like I've heard that name before. Kershell says Singular Act 1 and 2 are so good, but she's so slept on and it infuriates me. It infuriates me too as well. Howard says she really does make great music. Yeah, I don't understand what it is. I actually kind of want to see her live one day. And I want, even though obviously I know she can sing, for me, the seal the deal moment for me is when I go and I see an artist live. Like, I've always loved Taylor Swift, but it wasn't until I saw her live during Red, which I'm sure you guys know the story. A lot of you guys are from the Morning Tea, so I know I've told the story of how Taylor Swift saved me from being murdered in my house. But that day that I saw Taylor Swift live during the Red era was like, okay, this is my sis. She can sing. She's giving me vocals in the cold weather. I'm living for her. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. I felt like Nicki's stage presence was like, okay, imagine me not standing a queen. So I want to see Miss Carpenter and see what she gives me in terms of a good live vocal. But Sophia Carson is from Descendants. That's like, my best friend Donovan loves Descendants. I haven't seen a single one of them, but I want to watch them because I always hear that they're really good. Wesley says she's in a Netflix movie. Ooh. I saw her live last March and she's incredible. I need to see. Oh, y'all, I must be missing the boat on Sophia Carson. When I hear the name Sophia Carson, for whatever reason, my brain imagines Dove Cameron. And I like Miss Dove Cameron as well. I'm not as familiar with her as I am with Sabrina Carpenter, but I do hear a lot of the time that she's very talented as well. Sophia Carson was also on Pretty Little Liars, They're Perfectionists. Listen, okay, so here's the thing. This is so extra, and I'm not going to get too personal, but I have not... I used to stay on Pretty Little Liars from day one. I watched Pretty Little Liars every single day, every single week, live tweeted every single week. And then when we got to like the final 10 episodes, I stopped watching it and I don't know how it ends. Please don't spoil it for me. I will go back and I will watch it. So I don't know. I know of The Perfectionist, but I don't know what it has to do with. And I've muted everything having to do with Pretty Little Liars off of my social media. It's weird. For whatever reason, I just haven't gotten to it, but I also don't want it spoiled yet. My friends think I'm weird, but it's fine. But I do want to ask you guys a question. Ooh, Wesley said, have you seen the last episode of Drag Race? The Untucked of that episode is the best Untucked in a long time. Okay, listen, Wesley and everyone else that knows I love Drag Race, I have not seen Drag Race yet, and I want to tell you why. Mally, don't be, you're not lit, you're totally fine. This is chill. This is not a thing that you need to be 100% on time for, but I am glad that you came because I appreciate it that you remembered. So here's the thing, Wesley. I love Drag Race. It's everything to me. This season, I feel like, is not giving... You guys, think about your favorite TV show. And think about your favorite TV shows that have been on for a minute. For whatever reason, I feel like this season is not giving me what I need all the way. I don't know. Maybe the break from Drag Race wasn't long enough for me because I didn't watch the Drag Race UK and the other seasons, I guess, that have been out. I've seen the All-Stars and stuff like that. But this season, it's been good. But it's only been good for me because the guest judges. So we've had Nicki Minaj and Miss Leslie and stuff like that. And the judges, I think, are more interesting than the actual competition. So I haven't seen this week, but I do want to see it. I'll probably watch it by the end of today because there's no Real Housewives of Atlanta today. Oh my God. That is not even... Y'all don't even... I won't get into that. But yeah, I haven't seen it. My friend Ricky did tell me I need to watch Untucked. So I'm very excited. And he told me that I need to see the lip sync song. So it must be a song I like. So I'm excited. I'm going to watch. Mr. Makeshift says that Dove Cameron needs to do more because she's a household name that doesn't need to be erased. And then Gabby said, did you see that Shay Mitchell had a baby girl? Yes, I did. Here's the thing. I love me some Shay Mitchell. If you guys haven't seen You on Netflix and you haven't seen Pretty Little Liars, I would say that You is a very good introductory Shay Mitchell type program to start with. You is all about stalkers. It's got a great... I don't want to give too much away. So for those of y'all that have seen it, y'all know I'm giving a very general, you know. So, watch You. It's about stalkers. It's a good show. It has... y'all know what his name is. My good sis from Gossip Girl, Dan. Dan Humphries. It's not his name, and I know his name. But Dan Humphries from Gossip Girl is the star of You, and you need to watch it. Also, I'm sure I've recommended this to y'all before. Did I do this last week where I gave y'all one Hulu show, one Netflix show, and one BET Plus show? I might have done that last week. But just know that Miss Reese Witherspoon and Carrie are doing it on Hulu. So please watch that. Little Fires Everywhere, I think it's called. You need to watch that immediately. So good. Reese Witherspoon is she playing the same part as the woman on Big Little Lies? Yes. Does it make it any less iconic? No. Clap for Reese Witherspoon. Penn Badgley. Thank you, Kyle. I'm literally over here clapping for Little Fires Everywhere. Also, I'm sure I've told everyone this. I'm Felicia. It was on my podcast. Thank you, Karen. Oh my God, you listen to the podcast. If you guys listen to the podcast that I do with Felicia, you're really capping. So me and Felicia have a podcast. It's called Overheard in the Pantry. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Anchor, and we talk about everything. So sometimes I get confused on what I've discussed with Felicia on the podcast, what I talk about here on Sundays, and also what I've discussed with Madison to you guys live on the show. I'm talking here, but the camera's up here. So if you ever hear me like repeating myself, feel free to be like, oh my God, you talked about that with Madison on Thursday, because 9 times out of 10, I've forgotten. Katie says, I finished Cable Girls and Elite. So yes, give me some other shows to watch. Hey, Gracie, you made it. Yes. And Kershell said, Penn Badgley. Neff said. Howard said the podcast is everything. And Wesley said, if you're not listening to The Pantry, you're only getting half the story, which is from Untucked on Drag Race. But also, Wesley, could not be more fitting. If you're from Holly Scoop and then you came and listened to the podcast, I think that's probably like your gateway into realizing that I'm a real person. Like if you've ever just thought of me, I feel like as the morning tea person, and then you listen to the podcast, you really get to know more about my life and my friendship with Felicia, because it's literally me and Felicia on the phone on Skype, because she lives in South Carolina and I live in Los Angeles. So we talk about, it's literally just our friendship. You know, she calls me, we kiki for like an hour or so, and then that's the podcast. So if you guys want something else to supplement your week, you want to put us on while you're folding laundry, you want to do some stretches and have me and Felicia talk about literally everything, do that. Overheard in the Pantry is what it's called. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it as a background noiser, because me and Felicia be getting into it. It's something so excellent to do like while you're discovering a new hobby, or maybe you're like learning a new language and you just want to put on Overheard in the Pantry on in the background. It's definitely, as Felicia said, a fun time. Mr. Makeshift says Greenhouse Academy on Netflix is good. I haven't even heard of that. I need to watch that. Gabby said, watch Katie Keene with Lucy Hale. Now, I love me some Lucy Hale. Now, y'all might not even know this, depending on how old y'all are. But let me tell you about Miss Lucy Hale. Now, most people were introduced to Lucy Hale. I feel like this is like the grandpa live stream podcast I'm kind of living. Tales from the 2000s. So y'all, a lot of y'all met Lucy Hale on Pretty Little Liars, right? I've known Lucy Hale, and when I say I've known, I just mean like as a fan. I've known Lucy Hale ever since I was a young teen. I don't even think I was a teenager. But Lucy Hale did this reality show, like this competition show, way back in the day. You know how there was like American Idol with like Simon, Paula, whatever? There was a show that ran very shortly called American Juniors. And it was like little kids. And Lucy Hale was on that show with her younger sister. And I don't remember. Maybe Lucy made the band. I don't remember if Lucy made the band or not. But she was on that show and I remembered her. And when Pretty Little Liars came out, I was like, oh, that's that girl from American Juniors. And nobody knew what I was talking about. Okay, let's see. All right, so Kershell said All-American. Shabria said, hi, Courtney. I'm late. I'm working a 12-hour shift at the nursing home, and I love your podcast, and I love her from Pretty Little Liars. Shabria, shout out to you. Shout out to everyone working in the health industries. Specifically, my boyfriend does something similar. So, you know, keep as clean as possible. Keep being safe. Make sure you stay centered, because I'm sure that there's a lot going on with your residents. I'm sure that they are going cuckoo bananas if they cannot have visitors, or they are going cuckoo bananas because they can't really go outside like that. So shout out to you and everyone that still has to work their jobs, because I know everyone is not as fortunate as myself to stay in the house and do their job from there. So Felicia said, I started Tiger King on Netflix last night. And you guys, I've been seeing it everywhere. I've been seeing Tiger King everywhere. I want you guys to know, I don't know why, but when it comes to some things, there are some things when it's like everyone is like on it for whatever reason, some things like repel me. I'll be like, all right, I'll watch it. The second everyone is over it, I will get to it. And I haven't gotten to Tiger King yet, but I've been seeing it all over my Facebook. So like, I know I need to get into it. Felicia, text me the details on what's good about it and if you think I would like it, because I'm very curious. All right, I'm going to answer Wesley's question, and then we're going to move on to Rihanna, because I do want to discuss her, because, I mean, it's in the title of this stream, right? I should give the people what is advertised, right? So I'm going to answer this question from Wesley, and then you guys also answer it in the chat, and also if you're watching this after the stream is over, because some people do that, which, hello, if you're watching this after the fact. You're just as important. Shout out to you, and I appreciate you for watching this. Wesley wants to know what everyone is going to do after the Rona is over. Well, Wesley, it's more so about what I'm not going to do once the Rona is over. So, once the Rona is over, I need to call my barber, first of all, because I'm sure he's missing my money. I'm sure he's missing giving me my fade. I'm sure he's missing telling me about his relationships. And also, I just miss my barber, because I know when I see him, I relate it in my memories to looking good. So I miss my barber. There's a movie theater that I love here in LA. They make the best food. And it's a shame that I go to a movie theater for the food, but, you know, I'm back into going to the movie theater. I'm back into, you know, going out and seeing the public, because I don't leave the house like that. So like, now that I'm a professional recluse, I'm ready to go back to the movie theater. I'm also, if we're doing this in order, which I'm not, just know that seeing my barber is number one and going to the gym is number two. I don't know why. I guess I do know why, but it's painfully hard to find dumbbells here, anywhere, everywhere. So, I'm reduced to doing at-home workouts without weights or dumbbells, and I very much miss the gym. Also, hanging out with my friends. My friend is literally my neighbor, and I feel like I can't go see him because Corona. So I miss not human interaction, because poo-poo to all humans, but I do miss like my friends. Like by this point, my friend would have come over and we would have gone out to like WeHo or something, and we haven't. So I know if he's missing that, I'm missing that, everyone else is missing that. So what is everyone going to do once Corona is over? That's what I want to know. What are y'all going to do? What's the first thing that you're going to do? Or if life hasn't really change that much and you still have to do all of your normal things, what's one thing that you wish you could stay in the house and do? That's the question. Let me look on my phone real quick. I'm going to open up the Chizzy chat because it might not be working. So let me see. Mally says, my son looks like a little Yeti. I look like a Yeti too, right up underneath this hat. And it's not good. It's not good. It's just not good. Let me see. Tamara says, I need to get my hair done. I need my eyebrows taken care of. I mean, honestly, same. I'm over here looking like Cookie Monster's little sister. I miss my family. I miss the gym too. Gracie said, we made a gym in our garage. I need to make one in my living room. Gracie said, girl, I'm going to the beach. Gracie, listen, I'm sure my boyfriend would be running to the beach too because he loves the beach. Gabby says, I have a sister that is 3 and she hugs everyone when we're on walks. They don't hug her back, but they let her hug them. Oh my God. Mr. Makeshift said nothing. Katie says, I miss Disneyland the most if I'm being honest, and my nail girl and my facials. And Felicia said, I need my roots done and my brows and my nails. Oh yeah. Girl, I feel I need to go see my eyebrow lady, Miss Helen. Listen, y'all, let me tell you, there are many different places that I could go and get my eyebrows done. Because let's be real, I don't have a lot of eyebrow to begin with. But there's this one lady in my neighborhood, and she's like a local business. And I take that into consideration when I go and see her. I'm like, do I want to spend my money at like, you know, the eyebrow place? Like, you know, you have like a brand, like an eyebrow, like Browland. But I choose to go and see my girl, Miss Helen, because Miss Helen, is she the friendliest? No. But she's a little bit on the cheaper side. And she gets my eyebrows snatched. I don't get my eyebrows threaded. She goes in with the wax. The pen. She has like a wax pen. She goes, she's like, and then she puts a strip on and rips it off. And then I have new brows. So, shout out to your eyebrow lady, if you have one. Girl, ooh, I done missed some of y'all. Let me scroll up in the Chizzy chat. Oh, Amy says, I'm going to see my granddaughter. Also sit down in Red Bull and eat. Not that Red Bull and Red Robin are the same thing whatsoever, but I miss Red Robin and I need some steak fries. I also need honey mustard and I also need campfire sauce. Really badly. I miss like certain places. Not that I go to Red Robin often anyway, but I guess now that I'm locked in the house and I have more time to think about like food, I'm like, oh, Red Robin, yum. Yum. Bring me the endless fries and ASAP and with my sauces, please. Carly said, I want to go to the beach, go to Disney, go to the gym and see and hug all of my people. You know what sucks, Carly? And everyone, what sucks about the corona, I really hate the fact that things got canceled because even though I know it's for the best, it just sucks because you look forward to not only traveling to do stuff, but you look forward to seeing your people. Like, VidCon was canceled, and although VidCon needed to be canceled, I'm not going to get to see Felicia during that time. And that sucks because Felicia normally comes and she flies to Los Angeles and, you know, we hang out on my couch and we kiki to the kiki. And I had also planned to hopefully see Howard and catch up with Howard and find out about the fabulous sparkly world of Howard. And I'm not going to get to do that just yet. However, I am a patient person and I know that it just means that I have time to save more money and get myself together, work on myself, and, you know, get my brand together and get myself together so that hopefully my friends are getting themselves together as well. And then when we all come together, we can all sit and be like, all right, this is what I did, right? What did you do? What did you do? Ooh, girl, that's good, that's good, that's good. Now let's have a drink and toast to our accomplishments. Like, that's what I want. Like, clap for the heavyweight champ, us. You know what I mean? I hope that you guys know what I'm talking about and I'm not just like rambling. I'm literally dead. Kershell said those drinks aren't gonna make themselves. Felicia said tourist culture is thinking about food during quarantine. And honestly, Felicia, you are not wrong. Because that's all I do. Wesley said, because of Miss Corona, my Black Widow movie don't even have a date to be released. Wesley, listen, I'm not the biggest Marvel girl, right? Ricky got me caught up as much as possible watching a 40-minute Marvel catch-up movie. I've seen some of the Captain Americas because I'm trying to a little bit watch them somewhat in order. But when I watched the catch-up movie, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see Black Widow. And then when I tweeted it, people were like, there's no Black Widow movie. And then the trailer came out like a year later. And I'm like, oh, I'm ready. My time to shine. And now Black Widow is like on hold. So I feel your pain is the point I'm trying to get at. I too am excited for Black Widow. I know that Miss Scarlet is problematic, but I do want to see her snap some necks. I have to be honest. Gabby was going on a cruise. My cruise docked out of Vancouver, and I was gonna visit some TV show and movie sets. Ooh, girl, you was ready. Ooh. Shabria said, I need my hair and nails done and my eyebrows done. Amy said, imagine the stories when it comes to everyone coming and sitting down together. Aw. Gracie says, I am seriously thinking of making an Instagram because of you. Gracie, make an Instagram. If you're going to make an Instagram, now is definitely the time. You just put pictures up there. You can follow me on there. You can follow everyone. Me, if you know us from Holly Scoop, me, Madison, Hit It Leo, Shambong Dave, follow everyone. Everyone is super fun. And you know what? It's probably the easiest way to stay connected. So like if something happens with the show, the first thing I'm going to do is try to update my Instagram because then everyone goes there and they're like, oh my God, what's going on with the show? So I definitely want to make sure that I always am updating the stuff on Instagram. But now is the time, y'all. Let's talk about Rihanna, right? Let's talk about Rihanna. If you're one of those people that does timestamps and you're going to leave it in the comments for the people that will come and watch this later, like Courtney talked about literally nothing for 30 minutes. We just want to hear about Dua and Rihanna, which I'm literally thinking, you guys, I might take this stream and cut those parts out because I love talking to you guys, but I know that there are people that will specifically want to literally just hear me talk about Rihanna and Dua Lipa. So, just a heads up, if you come for the fun, because I love the fun and chat, excellent. But if you come here for just the opinion rant part, then I might consider just cutting those parts out and uploading them as separate videos for you guys. And I think that could be a plan because these kind of go on, and I love to ramble, and some of you guys enjoy the ramble. But for those of y'all that just want the opinion revolution, I think I might do that for you. Let me know if that is something that you think would be helpful in the chat. Let me know. But let's talk about Rihanna. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Rihanna and the fact that Rihanna is back. Rihanna's back, right? Do we consider this Rihanna being back? I just want to know. Let me know in the chat if you consider this Rihanna moment, Rihanna officially being back. I'm pulling up the song that she did with Party Next Door because I don't want to get the song wrong. I know she's on that Apple Music that appears on. Where is she? Maybe I should just go on Party Next Door's album. Party Next Door. There we go. I'm pulling up his album. His album's called Party Mobile. Okay, you guys. Let's talk about it. Rihanna's back. She's back. She's on Party Next Door's album. It's called Believe It. What do we think? Do we consider this as Rihanna's step back into the music industry? Me, I'm a little bit on the fence. The reason why I would say that is because this year has been so incredibly unpredictable. So many things have happened. It's not even April yet. So many things have happened, and I don't want to get my hopes up and believe that just because Rihanna sang a chorus or a hook on a song that this is her tiptoe back into the music industry. For all we know, this could be Rihanna just making a little subtle splash because come the summertime, she's about to drop some new lip glosses. And honestly, if I were someone that were really, really, really into lip glosses, I wouldn't be mad. But I think for me, I'm just so incredibly thirsty for what a Rihanna album in 2020 would sound like. It's been like, what, 3 or 4 years, I believe. And you know what? I feel like you can't fault her for making the choice to seek out other business ventures, because I'm sure at one point Rihanna was having financial troubles, but she decided to turn it all around. I feel like if I were a celebrity and everyone knew that I had financial troubles and I were sort of granted the opportunity to take back financial control and be like, these are some other projects that I can work on that will constantly and consistently make me money, either aggressively or passively, then I'm going to do that. You get what I'm saying? Once I get rich, y'all, you will never find me poor ever again, because you better believe that once I get ahead, I'm going to want to stay ahead, and I will do everything in my power to stay ahead and never fall below a financial limit that I set for myself. And so maybe Rihanna is thinking the same thing. Maybe Rihanna is just thinking, even though I am Rihanna and I am bad and I've done all of these things, maybe I want to just make sure that when I do get into my golden years, when I do become sort of like my Betty White status, I still have a coin to make sure that I'm taken care of. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with thinking about and thinking for the future. Let me jump in the chat. Let's see. Cool Kid 17 said, is she back though? Greasy says, yes. Olivia says, yes, ma'am. Cool Kid said, I think it's just to generate stream/buzz for the lead. And honestly, I would not be mad at Rihanna using this opportunity as a way to generate buzz for a lead single. I just feel like with Party Next Door, I wish she would have done it with a bigger artist, but I guess if she's just if she's trying to generate buzz, then she would, of course, use a smaller artist, because then it doesn't run the risk of the bigger artist being the focal point. I'm sure, obviously, Party Next Door has fans, but I'm also sure that for the most part, more people care about the fact that Rihanna is on the song than Party Next Door releasing a song with Rihanna. They care more about the star power aspect of it. Just something I think. And Mr. Makeshift said, why should we consider this her comeback? Some people consider this her comeback because it's been so many years. And I guess some people think like, well, why now, Rihanna? She must be in the kitchen cooking something. Someone's in the kitchen cooking with Dinah? No, someone's in the kitchen cooking with Robin. That's what the girls think. Wesley says, I forgive Rihanna for not releasing the album just because she murdered Sister Victoria's Secret. Listen, Victoria's Secret fumbled the bag, y'all. That pride, y'all. And this is not even just like business advice. That pride will ruin any and everything good that comes to you if you cannot pick it up and put it to the side for just a moment. And I feel like the Victoria's Secret brand, instead of just listening to the public, times are changing, you guys. The LGBTQ plus community is not just going to sit by any longer and not speak up about visibility and representation. And I do think that it's appropriate that people spoke up about it. I mean, Rihanna said, well, look, how hard is it to have black models and, thicker women and trans people? Like, how hard is it to just be inclusive? You're just choosing to not be. I feel like lingerie is not like some super secret exclusive club only for skinny white girls. I feel like everybody wear underwears. Why can't a big girl put some panties on and feel sexy? Are you trying to say that bigger women can't be sexy? Or like, we don't want bigger women to put our products on? Like, I hate the thought of that. I feel like anybody, no matter like what your shape or size is, everyone should be able to feel sexy. You know what I mean? And I feel like Victoria's Secret was so big. Why couldn't they just make a call? Hey, Loey Bug, will you put these panties on real quick? Like, it's just, to me, it's just very simple. And I feel like they fumbled the bag, and that's what they get. Shout out to Rihanna for coming through and just showing that, hey, it's really not that hard to be inclusive. Victoria's Secret tried it. They look stupid as hell. Let's see. Cool Kid 17 said Adele is coming in September too, and I'm very, 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 very ready for that. And Gabby says, I don't think we've had a Rihanna song since Wild Thoughts. If there has been one since Wild Thoughts, I don't remember it. So please let me know, girl. I definitely wish that Rihanna, ooh, let me not get a booger all over the microphone, y'all. A mess. It's a live show. I really do wish that Rihanna would have put out albums in between this time, but I feel like Rihanna also somehow would have run the risk of the general public, not the Navy, because, if you're a stan, you're never going to get tired of your fave. But I feel like the general public eventually would have been like, is she going to do something else? You know how the people are fickle. You know what I mean? One day they love you. It's like Lizzo. One day they loved Lizzo. Oh, my God, y'all. I could not believe it. As someone that was a Lizzo fan before, the Lizzo train took off in the station, nauseating. The Lizzo. And it was like I couldn't escape Lizzo. And then, girl, I just woke up one day and it was like, well, damn, can Lizzo put her ass away? And I was like, well, geez, I thought y'all loved her, loving her body so much. Why are y'all so mad? Oh, my God. Lean is here. Hey, Lean. You know what I mean. Hey, Lean. You know what I mean. It's Lean. And you know what she mean. Miss Lean. Sorry, I didn't mean to just break out into a song moment. But, I just feel like people might have gotten sick of Rihanna if she would have released. But just think of the hits. Think of the hits we would have gotten, y'all. I miss Rihanna. I miss Robin as Rihanna. Robin's fine, but I do miss Mr. Makeshift said, we didn't get an album, we got the book. And let me tell you, Mr. Makeshift, the book is right in the store, right where it belongs, because I thought it was very expensive, wasn't it? It was like expensive. I would not buy that, but I am glad that it was made for hardcore Rihanna fans that want to have it on their coffee table. On my coffee table, you will be able to find a copy of Lauren Conrad's Celebrate, which, by the way, I met Lauren Conrad 4 years ago yesterday. For those of you that don't know, Lauren Conrad was literally my idol throughout my entire teen years, Laguna Beach through the hills, and I got to tell her that I was moving to LA and that she inspired my dreams, and she was sweet as pie, and she signed my book, and it's on my coffee table as a reminder that, girl, you can do it, and meeting your idols is fine and fun. And also I have my Ricky Dillon book. Ricky Dillon is an excellent creator, artist, and friend. So, of course, I support Ricky Dillon in my house. We don't accept Ricky Dillon slander in this house, on the stream, around me, around my aura, around my airspace. He can do no wrong. And Mr. Makeshift says, love her, but that's coffee tabletop. And yes, I agree. Tamara says, this show has a song just like Holly Scoop has the Mika song. Listen, I wish I could remember the day that we made that up. I love it. I love the Mika song because it's literally part of the show's DNA. But I literally don't remember the day we just made that up. Was I just kikiing one day and then I was like, Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. I don't remember, but I love Mika. I love that she's our North Star of the show. I feel like if the show goes on too long, if I'm zoning out on a rant, I know I can glance at the chat, and I know I'm going to see Miss Gabby with that 5, 6, 7, 8. Anastasia says, love you guys are helping my day. And she says, Ricky, I love his DM celebs. Listen, don't get me started. Please don't get me started. Because Ricky Dillon is... I'm started, in case you can't tell. Once I say don't get me started, I'm usually already started. Ricky Dillon is an excellent person. I think that beyond being a creator, because I started off just being a fan, just being oh my God, Ricky Dillon's great. O2L is everything. I think going from fan to friend has really shown me that Ricky literally is just a nice guy. It's very hard to put into words what kind of person Ricky is. I just think that he's just a different kind of person. He just provides different kind of energy. He is an excellent friend. Felicia can attest to what I'm talking about. We've all been friends for years. Felicia knew it. Felicia's I knew you were about to start. See, I just feel If you need someone, Ricky's going to be there. If you need to laugh, Ricky's going to be there. I feel like even if Ricky didn't even know how to support you, he would find a fucking way to just like make you feel good about yourself. He's just a true friend. A lot of people don't get it. I don't know what else there is really to explain. A lot of people don't understand the friendship that we have with Ricky. He's just a nice guy. It's just like, how else you can't even put it into words. He's just a nice guy. And just know that what you see on the screen is what you get. Like, that guy that you see, the goofy, the burping, the like, all of that is Ricky. So if you're a fan of Ricky Dillon, just know that you have decided to stand the right one. Because I'll tell you if you stand in the wrong one. Believe that. But good choice. Good taste. And Felicia says he's pure and has a good heart, which is rare. And I think that is the perfect way to put it into words. He's pure and has a good heart, which is rare. Ooh, shout out to Selena Gomez. Ooh, because Rare was really that album, girl. And Howard says love him. Howard's met Ricky before, obviously. And Howard, you know. Howard knows. And Anastasia says he seems so genuine. And he is. He's very much that. Lean says, remember when Lauren Conrad was an intern at Teen Vogue on the Hills? Things have changed so much. Lean, let me tell you. I was going to go to FITM. I was accepted to FITM. I'm pretty sure I talked about that on the last stream. But I was accepted to FITM. I was gonna go to FITM. In my mind, I was gonna work at Teen Vogue. I had it like all figured out. But what Lauren Conrad didn't tell the boys and girls of the world before I had spent like my whole junior and half my senior year applying to FITM was that she was real expensive. And so it just things have definitely changed, Lean. Recently, I was driving by FITM. I don't remember why, but I was going by and I was like, wow, things have really changed. You guys, 10 years ago, and that's so weird to say about my life as an adult, 10 years ago, you guys, you could not tell me that I was not going to be either a product developer or like a fashion merchandiser. I wanted to be like Kelly Catrone. Like I wanted to own like a fashion marketing agency, and I wanted to travel all over the world and, you know, do all of that. But I think sometimes when you have a plan for yourself, the universe has a way of being like, girl, that is not how your life is going to be. And once it didn't work out, like I got accepted, all of that, it just didn't work out financially. Once it didn't work out and I saw that my life was sort of taking like a different path, I think that if it's a good path, you should just lean into it. And so I wasn't going to not go to school. I just went to a community college, and through that I found Disney, and through Disney I realized that I needed to live on my own. And then when I came back, I was like, well, I want to live on my own, but I don't know if living on my own in Florida is right, because what's there for what I want to do? You know what I mean? Like, I think Jaclyn Hill lives in Florida, and I feel like unless you already have yourself established, it's not going to like pop off like that. So I just made up a plan, and then I moved to LA. So yeah, things have definitely changed. Just goes to show that you can have a plan for yourself. The point I'm trying to make. You can have a plan for yourself, but if it doesn't work out and the universe is showing you, hey, this is another plan that you didn't even think of, you can lean into it. See how I did that? Good job, Anastasia. I see you. Lean says goals. It literally would be lucky to have you, Courtney, but don't worry, something good will come in the future, I promise. Lean, listen. Here's the thing. I am grateful, lucky, and happy. I love this. I love my job at Holly Scoop. Like, YouTube has always consistently been a thing that I've always been like, I want to do this. And looking back at my old videos the other day, like I put up on my Instagram story, like the old clips of me talking about Justin and Selena. Like, I've been doing this. And so I feel like this was like a check. And I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm able to do this. Granted, it's so weird because I've always been trying to grow my platform here, like on my own channel. Like, I need to do this and I want to grow my platform here. But honestly, you guys, I'm very content with what I do at Holly Scoop, and I love the fact that I can, even if it is a very small portion of the audience, I'm glad that some of y'all care enough to want to come over here and see what's cooking over in the kitchen with Courtney. You know what I mean? And Mr. Makeshift says, what is in Florida other than Disney? Drama. Drama that I know I'm sure I would get myself involved in, and I don't need to. And plus, a lot of the friends that I had in Florida, a lot of them moved away. They moved away and they went on and did good things with their lives. Like I have like a friend right now that after Disney, he like moved to Japan. And he was like he was my first roommate ever. And he just like moved to Japan and he made a whole life out in Japan. And I'm like, geez, like I feel like some people look at me and they're like, wow, I wish I could just wake up and move to LA. I look at someone like him and I'm like, wow, I wish I could just wake up and pack my bags and go to Japan. But I know that is not, in my mind, logically, that's not the plan for me. And Tamara says, oh my God, I remember you saying that on your Thanksgiving episode with Madison, talking about how you just woke up and told your friends, hey, I'm going to LA. I'm so glad you made the switch, girl. You guys, that is the truth. I literally was like, it's the thing where I was going to move to LA once and I didn't. And so people were always kind of looking at me like, you know, like, oh, you didn't do it, but it's fine. You know how people can be. Like, you said you were going to do that fantastical thing, but you didn't, but it's fine. You know, you can always do this. And I was like, no, I'm going to LA. I said I was moving to LA and I'm moving to LA and here I am in LA. I just want you guys to know that you can do whatever. You don't need to like conform to like what your town says you need to do, or like do what everyone else is doing just because they're doing it. I'm not meant to be a banker or a teacher, although I think I'd make an excellent guidance counselor. I'm not meant to be like a teacher or a nurse or a librarian, because although those are all really good careers, they're just not flexible and creative enough for me personally. And I respect all of those careers because the world don't spin without those careers. But I think that there also is value in creative careers and trades. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're not a college girl, you go and you take your ass to trade school. And you get your HVAC. And you be a plumber. You were a cosmetologist, last extension technician. You know what I mean? As long as you doing something. And you ain't hurting nobody. That's what my mom would say. She would say, Court, you can do whatever you want. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, I don't care and I support it. So my mom supports me talking to y'all online. And as long as I have my mom's support, no one else's support matters and it's not needed. So I'm going to take the next like 10 or so minutes. We're going to discuss a little bit more Dua Lipa because I see a question from Kyla, which is a very important question. We'll do like a Q&A portion for the next 10 minutes. Okay? So any questions you want to ask me the question. And also give this video a thumbs up if you want more green chair chats. And also it will keep this like series on your homepage every Sunday, even if I don't put it on my Instagram, it'll still show up. So if you love me and you love kikiing and you love rambly rants, go on ahead and give this video a thumbs up. So Tamara says, the people thinking you're all talk until you make that move. Look at them now, folks. That's the truth. That's honestly the truth. I feel like I kind of enjoy people being like, wait, how did he do that? Or wait, Courtney said he was going to do that. And then I do it. Anastasia says, look at me now. Watch her go. Look at her now. Watch her go. Wow. Look at her now. Okay, so Kyla wants to know what's my favorite song from Future Nostalgia. And automatically, I'm going to go on record and say Levitating. Levitating, I feel like, if Don't Start Now was not the lead single, Levitating definitely should have been. I am obsessed with that song. I feel like it is such a party song. That is a song that I want to hear. The first time I go to the club, I want to be like 8 shots in, walking into the club, going to the second floor, and I want to hear Levitating 2 times back to back. I need to hear it. I love that song. The other song I really, really, really like, I'm going to look at the list because I don't want to mess them up. Obviously, Don't Start Now, a hit. I want to go ahead and say, what is it, Broken Hearted? I don't want to mess it up if it's the wrong one. Let me see. Broken Heart or Broken Hearted? Break My Heart. That's what I meant to say. Break My Heart. Levitating. Physical. I didn't like Physical at first, but now I love it. Don't Start Now, obviously. Levitating. And Good in Bed. Here's the thing. Good in Bed, I feel like it's going to be that song that people say is annoying. But that's that song. I love a good catchy, annoying hook. You know, it's like, I love that. I think it just has like sleeper hit potential, but I feel like it won't be regarded as such, and that's fine. I think it's maybe just a preference thing for me. I think it's fun, and I think it's quirky. You guys know I love a good quirky production, so I definitely think that Dua is winning with that. Y'all are a mess for loving when I do that Selena Gomez. Look at her now. I didn't realize y'all liked it that much. I missed Lean's thing. Lean's quote says, quote of the day, when you get what you want, that's God's direction. And when you don't get what you want, that's God's protection. Listen, my mom would agree. My mom would say, Miss Lean. Now, Lean, that's it. That's what she would say. Wesley says, what Wesley say? Wesley said, Levitating needs a music video with Dua Lipa dancing her ass off on roller skates. Now, Wesley, I feel like our taste is like pretty similar, pretty on. Now, can I offer you something? A concept. A Public Affair by Jessica Simpson, that music video, but like on steroids. Because for those of you guys that don't know, A Public Affair by Jessica Simpson, she's like roller skating, she's giving us, but she needs a little bit more like roll bounce. Remember that movie Roll Bounce with Bow Wow? She needs a little roll bounce in there. Like we need Dua and all her blading gals giving us a little knee click clack, a little something something. I need that. I'm on board with that. Wesley. Felicia says, cool, pretty, please, and Break My Heart are my faves. See, Felicia, you always have good taste. I just think that Future Nostalgia it's like curated so perfectly. Like it never slows down, it gets in, and then it gets out. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it at all whatsoever. And Wesley says, Future Nostalgia has what few albums have, replay value. And you know what? I agree. I feel like Future Nostalgia is an album that can easily be played over and over and over again. The album is only 37 minutes. So, I mean, that's folding laundry. You fold laundry once, you get another load, and you fold it one more time. I love it. I love it. It'll be interesting to see how we feel 6 months from now. I want to know how we're going to feel once Chromatica comes out, once Adele stuff comes out, once if Rihanna comes out. I want to hear like what Rihanna sounds like, and I want to see if we'll still feel like Dua is a main pop girl, because I feel like that was the discussion we had today, was do we consider Dua Lipa after this album a main pop girl? Do we put her, I mean, we can't compare her to Beyonce and Lady Gaga, right? But we can say, if those are the professors, right? If we have like Adele and Beyonce and like those kind of girls that have been around for, you know, years and years doing the damn thing, eating the girls up, causing moments throughout their career, right? If those are the professors in the school of pop, right? We can say Dua entered the school, right? We can say that. I think we can say Dua entered the school. Dua entered the school. Who else has entered the school? And they're trying to be one of the main girls. We won't even just leave it at pop. We'll just say one of the main girls. So we'll say Dua's walked into the school. I want to say Doja's been outside the school for years. She's been outside the school for years, but you know what? She finally got her books and her binder and her Trapper Keeper, and she's in there, and right now she's trying to run for something in that class presidency. She's running for something because she's in there. And who else? Who else is in the school, y'all? I'm curious. I want to say, I'll say this because I see someone had mentioned Normani. Oh, Wesley had mentioned Normani. Here's the thing. Normani will be. I am sold on Normani. Motivation was and is a moment. However, you know what? I like her. Normani's in. I was gonna say she was at the stairs. I was gonna say she was at the stairs. Normani's inside. Mr. Makeshift, now good eye, because I was thinking about Ava Max, and she has the song Ladies and Gentlemen. Is that what it's called? I be messing up all the song titles. I was listening to something she had when all of the queens. What song is that? Kings and Queens. I said Ladies and Gentlemen. A mess. Kings and Queens. Okay, so here's the thing. Ava Max is like, she has potential, but like, why? Ava Max is like, and I feel like only the particular girls might know this. So Ava Max is like Lady Gaga. Ava Max is like Lady Gaga, Cascada, and like someone else from that time. If she like had a baby, if the three of them had a baby, it's someone else I'm thinking of. Where it's like, she has it, but I don't. Something in her sound is like dated, right? Well, who's her producer? And her producer is like Red One or something, because I feel like all her songs sound like they want to start going, evacuate the dance floor. If you haven't heard that song, I'm suspended by the sound. That was like when I was at prom. You know what I mean? Like 10 years ago. When Lady Gaga was really getting into it, there were like these other girls that were trying to come out around that time and kind of sound like her, even though they were out before her. And I felt like they didn't hit it all the way. And I can't remember if it's exactly Cascada that had a song that was called Pyromania. And it was like, Pyromania, 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 and that song sounded straight out of like Poker Face. Like she wanted to get into this Poker Face moment. And so I feel like Ava Max she's in the school, but she needs she's like freshman, and when she gets to like sophomore, junior, she'll have like an image revamp. You know what I mean? Because I feel like she needs one. She needs like an image revamp. The hair thing is like whatever, cool, and she makes hits. But something in the Kings and Queens, it's like missing something in the production for me. Karen, Billy right now is class president. Let's just call it what it is. In 2020, I don't think there's going to be a girl or anyone that really takes the spotlight off of Billie Eilish. For whatever reason, Billie Eilish really, the kids identify with her. I think that Billie, in a time, I think a lot of people my age don't get it, because for some of us, being sad was like something that we kept bottled up a little bit. And I feel like Billie Eilish is teaching the younger generation to feel, express, and move on. And I think that Billie is sort of showing that Gen Z generation that being sad is profitable in a way. And I hate to be controversial, because I'm sure how a lot of y'all feel is negatively, but I feel like Billie Eilish sort of tapped into what XXXTentacion tried to but couldn't reach worldwide. I feel like Billie Eilish has worldwide appeal with that message. And I think that if Billie Eilish is an outlet for kids to sort of express and feel through the pain, then I'm here for it. She's class president for me. In the 2020s we're in, I sound like grandpa. The 2020s, Miss Billie has it on lock. I live for her. And I love her music. We need the Victorias. Who's the Victorias? I'm thinking of the Veronicas. I was about to say, the Veronicas need to come back. I feel so untouched right now. Hits. Oh my God, if the Veronicas came back and they were killing it like how they were killing it 10 years ago, I would support it. Um, Noella says, I love her music. I feel the pain instead of acting out in different ways. Are you talking about Billy or are you talking about Ava Max? I feel like I sort of am all over the place when I'm talking. I talk about one thing and then I move on to another. But I do love both Ava Max and Billie Eilish. My money's on Billie. I see Billie, Dua, and if Normani could get like a hit, I don't know I don't know what the story is with Normani's label. I'm trying to be patient because I know a lot of the girls are. I feel like a lot of the girls are being impatient with Normani, and I am also one of them, but I also could not imagine what it could be like to wake up every day knowing that the world has sort of set a standard on what they think you should be or what they think you will be, right? So everyone thinks that Normani wants to be Beyonce or that she will be Beyonce and she will reach that kind of icon status. And the pressure is on her to deliver. And I feel like Motivation, to be honest, Motivation was a moment that came and went. And in the moment, it was like, yes, come on, girl. She did it live. And we was like, get the splits and get the basketball and all that. But like there was no follow-up. And I wanted the follow-up. And I wanted it to be like, if Normani's going to come, I want her to put her foot on our necks. And I want there to be a sense of undeniable and unstoppable star quality, star power in the music, right? And I feel like Normani gave us the dancing that we wanted, the visual we wanted. The song for me was 7.5 out of 10, which is good for me. Good, way more than good enough for me. Normani could just be giving us ooh-oohs and I would be all right. Normani could give us like a Cassie song and I would be all right with it as long as she's dancing. But there's so much pressure. Anastasia says that's a lot of pressure. It is. So, I mean, although we're thirsty and I'm waiting, you guys, I want it. I know she gave us a Sam Smith song. I know she gave us a song with Black, and I know that she gave us Motivation. I just think that she could benefit from an EP. There, I said it. I said, Normani, give us something. Megan Thee Stallion said, my record label is saying, girl, you might not be able to put out nothing. She came out and put us out an EP. And I think Normani could benefit from that. If she could curate 5 good, real good hits and take the two best charting ones or the 2 that have the best reception and apply that to, maybe the 2 songs that she's going to push as singles in the future. Like, I feel like Normani's and her team, I don't want to place the blame on Normani. I want to say her team could be, putting their feelers out there to say, hey, what do we like from Normani? Do we want to hear R&B from Normani? Do we want to hear pop? Do we want to hear, what do we want to hear? Does she go house music like Kelly Rowland? Kelly Rowland said, girl, here's From Here On Out, I'll be your commander. She gave us that, and then she did I let the kisses down low, make me arch my back. Like, there's a lane for Normani. I think that comparing Normani to Beyonce could hurt her more than help her, unfortunately, because Beyonce is her own entity, right? And we don't want to constantly think of Beyonce when we think of Normani because Normani is her own entity. So I feel like the part of her success will rely on the public being able to focus on this is Normani, not, ooh, she's doing it just like Beyonce, or look at Lil Beyonce. I think that sometimes that hurts more than helps. And you know what, Wesley? Diamonds is a good song. Diamonds is actually on my everyday playlist. I listen to Diamonds, which, by the way, Felicia, if you're still hanging out in here, because I know that we're kind of going a little long, if you have the link to my Spotify playlist, if you don't mind linking it, because my computer might shut down if I open up Spotify. But I have a playlist with music on it called Seclusion Party. There are 2 playlists, you guys. I don't know if you've noticed. There are 2 playlists. Seclusion Party is my playlist, the Courtney Revolution playlist that I make for you guys to just, if you want to zone out, or if you just want to get some vibes, if you want to hear music that you want to sing at the top of your lungs, that is what that playlist is for. Then there is the Holly Scoop Hot Hits playlist that I make for work, that work is nice enough to be like, hey, we know you like music. We think the viewers would find it nice if you made a Holly Scoop playlist. So there are 2 playlists. Both of them have 2 completely different sets of music. So in the end, you guys win because I'm doing double the work and you guys get double the music. So check out the Seclusion Party playlist. Thank you so much, Felicia. I see you. And get your life. Wesley says the problem with Normani is her record label, RCA. And Tinashe was signed to RCA, and basically they told her, girl, shut the hell up. We're paying attention to Zayn. If you don't like it, goodbye. And so Tinashe took her bags and said, here are songs for you. Look at how I ate that. And there's that. So, I mean, the girls can win. I just feel like in this day and age, you gotta just have a plan and you have to do it right. You know what I mean? Don't put out, like, I'll say this. When Normani's album comes out, I don't want to see Motivation on that track list. No, because that would be no different than, like, Liam Payne's album. Remember that? Liam Payne put out a horrible album, y'all. And he had Stripped That Down on there. Or, like, one of these other songs off of he had, like, an EP or something. You know what I mean? Hi, Alez Aravilas. Welcome. Hey. Which, if you're new and you are just popping in here for a little bit, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. So in case you can't stay today, you can always go back and watch the whole thing. I want to keep up these so that if you ever want to go back and just like have me kicking in the background, like a virtual fireplace, you can do that. And Alice says, Courtney, are you still doing your podcast? Yes, I am actually. The moderator, Felicia, I do a podcast with her called Over Her in the Pantry. And, yeah, if you scroll up in the chat, I think maybe it's linked somewhere, but it's called Over Her in the Pantry. Just search it up on Spotify, Apple Music. Well, not Apple Music, but, Apple Podcasts and everywhere else. Castbox. It's up everywhere. Let's see. Anastasia said, just excited for new music from Adele and Riri. Listen, Adele, we need you. We need Adele. I am not the biggest fan of sad music, admittedly, right? I'm not the biggest fan. However, when Adele comes, suddenly I have an ex that tore my heart out and stomped on it and lit it up with a cigarette and this, that, and the third. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for Adele. I feel like whatever Adele comes out with, I feel like Adele's kind of like a Beyonce. Like Adele, Beyonce, Rihanna, Taylor, I would say. And once upon a time ago, I would say Justin Bieber. I feel like all of those people can sort of drop albums, surprise albums, and I think that they would do well. I feel like Adele could drop an album Monday night, and the girls would go wild in the quarantine. Now, make sure y'all have that bottle of wine, because I feel like Adele gonna be making us real sad in case you want to have a glass. But I am excited for her. I feel like Adele's music is sort of made for the fall time, so I'm expecting that Adele will come like with a date or a rumbling, maybe August, early September. She might be like a November girl. I want that. Rihanna, I want to come before the summer. Like, even if we're locked in the house for the summer, I want Rihanna to come. I want her to come with the reggae beats. I want her to come with the hip shake. I want her to come with a good lace front. I want her to come out in some panties. I want it all. I want it all. I need it all. I also would like Megan Thee Stallion to come out with her album finally. Hopefully we can get her to come to Holly Scoop. We've been sort of talking to her team a little bit here and there, and hopefully, maybe, spoiler alert, and don't bring this up on the show in case it doesn't happen. They said maybe if, like, around the time that her actual album promo is happening, maybe she might be able to stop by for something. So that would be sick. We've always wanted Megan Thee Stallion to come. So her team is like, all right. So we'll see, y'all. Myself and Madison, we're always trying to, like, find ways to make the show or, like, the channel, like, good for you guys, because we know we're locked in the house. We know there's a lot going on. So, yeah. Oh, y'all really don't understand. I know it literally seems like, and it is, me and Madison just pop up on Skype and we kiki for an hour and then we dipset, but there's literally so much work going on behind the scenes, and just understand for sure that Madison Hill is one of the hardest working women in Hollywood, period. Her fingers don't stop because she's always working. So yeah, be sure to support Holly Scoop and the morning tea, because we work really hard to keep you guys entertained. I'm gonna do 5 minutes. How about this? I'll leave now in 5 minutes because it'll be at 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I don't want to be talking your ear off for eternity. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, I will answer them for you, and then I will get out of here because I actually would like to get some lunch. I like to do this before lunch because I feel like it's almost kind of like a little Sunday brunch without the drink. Gabby says, I appreciate the extra content Madison has given us lately. Oh my God, you should do a TikTok with the Megan Thee Stallion song on Savage. Listen, Tamara, I tried. And you know what it is? I can do it. I just hate the way I look doing it. There was like one where it like starts off as the baby come get me some and then it goes, I'm a savage. And then I did that. And I just literally hated it. I did it and I was like, this looks stupid. I'm not putting this up here. But I definitely do want to be more active on the TikTok. I just like don't know what to upload, because honestly, y'all, if I had it my way, I would be sitting up here lip syncing over Tiffany Pollard clips, and that would be my entire TikTok account. So I don't want to do that, but I mean, it's possible. It certainly is possible. Oh, what y'all talking about? Y'all talking about One Direction up in here? Don't get me started, y'all. Won't you stay in the AM? Oh, listen. Diana, let me be the one to. I love One Direction. Listen, y'all want to talk about. I feel like most people wait. I used to like laugh, rather, let me say this. I used to like laugh at moms, like back in the day when I was like 12. I would laugh at like moms that would like wait for like Billy Ray Cyrus like reunion tour, or like I guess like my mom's big thing when I was younger was like, oh my God, if Luther Vandross ever did like another live tour, like I would go like right away. I love how I've literally grown into that. I'm literally like, oh my God, if One Direction goes on tour, listen, the emergency funds are ready. Spice Girls, if they come to America, like, listen, I'm ready. If Britney and Christina get their stuff together enough to be like Battle of the Worlds or like Battle of the Queens tour, like, take my money. Like, I'm ready. Oh my God, Lean, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. Lean says, you are a legend. No, Lean, you're a legend. You just donated to my Flop Ash channel, and I thoroughly appreciate it, especially during this time. So thank you, and I appreciate it. Okay, so do a Twitter poll or an IG poll to get more feedback, and a review of the show so it helps the job. Listen, we could do that. We can do lots of Twitter polls and Instagram polls. Are y'all following the Holly Scoop Twitter account? Y'all should. I try to like update that as much as possible, but sometimes, y'all, we be rushing around in the morning trying to make sure that it's all up and stuff, and I've started to include the link with the show so that people aren't confused. Because some people, you know what's funny, y'all? People that are like, I love this. Where is this from? Like, so many people see the clips because I tweet the clips out. If I say something like real controversial that I'm ready to defend, I will tweet the clips out, and then some of them go viral, and then people never know where to go for the full show. So I'm trying to be a little bit more like active on being like, this is where you can go to watch the morning tea. Noella says, don't have Twitter. We'll have to do it on Instagram. We'll do it on both. Because I know that some people don't have Instagram, some people don't have Twitter, some people don't have either. So we're going to have to figure out a way to, like, you know, keep everyone in the loop. You feel? Let's see. Yes, Spice Girls. I want to see NSYNC. Listen, I want to see NSYNC so bad. So bad. So bad. If I ever saw NSYNC live, listen. No strings attached. Dun, dun, dun. It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. Hey, but when we are apart, I feel it too. Yes, God. And no matter what I do, I feel the pain. Hey, with or without you. Yes, God. Tamara says, "Oh my God, I suck at Twitter. I never know if people get my replies." Listen, I feel that. At some points, I just tweet and close, and then I'd open back up my Twitter, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing people. I always feel like I'm missing people when people talk to me on Twitter. But it just takes time. All of it takes time with all the social media, even with TikTok. That's the one that, like, I know that's the one that's going to blow up. Like, obviously, I know what works. I know what would work for me, maybe. But, like, it's just a matter of getting your best bearings on these apps because they're constantly changing every single day. And it gets a little bit confusing. Mr. Makeshift says, both platforms and notifications too, but that's just to help with time. Listen, I feel that. I definitely feel that. So I'm going to ask y'all something. How do we like this? Right? I love doing pop culture and just kikis and just rants if it's appropriate. But if there's anything that you guys specifically wanted to see me do on my channel, either on a stream or outside of a stream, I would love to consider that while I have you guys here before I go. Just because I would love to upload more to supplement the streams. And, you know, if there's anything important, I'll probably cut out of the streams and maybe upload as a separate video. But in terms of just regular old content, what did y'all want to see from me, your pal, Courtney? Ugh. Lordy. Let me open this up on my telephone. This has been so much fun, you guys. I'm always very, very, very nervous, literally up until the second I press, like, y'all didn't see that. This is a live show. Literally up into the time I press, like, go live, I am like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Gabby says Loverfest doesn't get postponed. What day will you be seeing her? I think day 1, Gabby. I'm 99% sure. Anastasia said anything you enjoy. Lean says everything you do is amazing. The reason why I ask is because I didn't want to just be like, my thing is I don't want to sit here for like an hour and a half and talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta if y'all don't want to talk about that. I love just giving y'all some positivity. Some positivity. I love doing the pop culture stuff because I love it. And music specifically, which is how we wound up on Future Nostalgia is here, and so is Rihanna, ? Mr. Makeshift says, do you have assistants or does Madison? Imagine that. No, neither of us have assistants, but let me tell you, they would be useful. I promise you that. Yeah. Me and Madison having assistants. That would be funny. That would be funny and good. But yeah. Alice says, you always give advice to celebs how they can secure their bags. Maybe give us advice on how we can secure the bag, maybe? Nothing about the shows to save you time on your personal. Gotcha. I feel you. So, how about this? Maybe we'll do something like if you guys have a problem, you guys can email it to me, right? And then on Sunday, we'll have like a portion of the Green Chair Chat that is like the help clinic. And we'll get you guys like all together. I think that's kind of like fun. Okay, so Noella Sanchez said, I recently started watching Housewives because of you, LOL. What other shows do you recommend? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not the show girl. Madison for sure is the show girl. But when it comes to what I'm watching right now, I love Real Housewives of Atlanta, like you said. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac starts off slow definitely gets into it around, if you can stick around to season 3. Oh yes. Monique and Candace, girl, yes, the queens. What else am I watching? What If on Netflix? Renee Zellweger, bitch. Oh my god, Renee Zellweger, it. Little Fires Everywhere on Hulu, I mentioned. Also, I would love to once again recommend The Oval by Tyler Perry. I would say if you've never seen a Tyler Perry show in your life, The Oval is definitely a start. Also, if you have the BET Plus app, I would recommend Ruthless, which is actually a spinoff of Tyler Perry's The Oval. What else am I watching? I just finished watching The Stranger not too long ago, so you definitely need to do The Stranger. I'm trying to think of like anything else that I'm watching. What else am I getting into, y'all? And B Stars for the anime girls. If you love a good anime, it's a little more mature. I was definitely thrown off, but definitely B Stars. That's good. I'm gonna start watching probably the Tiger King thing today, and also I want to say random, but I watched the Casey Anthony documentary, like Great American Case of Casey Anthony on Hulu a lot. Watch that. That's good. So those are my recommendations. Get into those, watch those, and let me know what you think. Oh my god, y'all, I am 5 minutes over, y'all. I done talked to your ears off. But I'm gonna skedaddle and get out of here. It has been a beautiful Sunday. It has been fun hanging out with you guys. I cannot wait to see you again next Sunday for an official Kiki with CourtneyRevolution, home of the green chair chat moment. If I decide to go live again during the week, I will try to let you guys know on Instagram, and maybe I will tweet it out next time. It's just like, y'all, I don't know who would show up in here if I tweeted it out. So I kind of like keeping it small for now, but maybe on the next one, I'll tweet it out, whatever. But until next time, you guys, I am going to spin on out of here. And it was weird. I was going into my outro for my channel, so I guess I should say that. Until next time, you guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for donating, Lean. Thank you, Felicia, to moderating. I will see you guys next Sunday for another Green Chair Chat. Don't you guys forget that the world keeps spinning, and so shall you. And until next time, guys, I'll be seeing you. And wash your hands, Miss Man. Wash your hands, Miss Man.